can't ride me. You think they're bad, come try. Hey, tell me why, tell me once, don't tell me twice. Tell me. If you said you won't ride, tell me why. She my bit fit like Nikki, golden fine. And why she on the kid, tell me why. Tell me. Say like Cisco doing hits, tell me why. Don't why the opposition this, tell me why. Hey, tell me why, tell me once, don't tell me twice. Hey, tell me why, tell me why. Hey, reach step and get these guys. Got it under my jeans, that thing man don't think twice. Telling shoes no boy to fly. I feel like Michael is prime. How many times we touch this guy? No shoes got drop. Oh, an S got 9 and the got but it's a dark 9. Hey, they ain't bad, no. I take her to the band, though she think I'm Pablo. You think they're bad, come try. Sad, if I'm a JV and you lack. Mad, watch bro, grab that you. Bro, ching that man, ching that too. There's more ups on the radar. Since squad just splashed this. Hey, tell me why, tell me once, don't tell me twice. Tell me. You said you won't ride, tell me why. She my bit fit like Nikki, golden fine. And why she on the kid, tell me why. Tell me. Say like Cisco's doing hits, tell me why. Don't why the opposition this, tell me why. Hey, tell me why, tell me once, don't tell me twice. Hey, tell me why, tell me. Okay, tell me who think they're bad. They saw me JV and all, they back their land.
Okay, no, this was the broken one though, right? I switched it to a different microphone too, because it was having a... Oh, wait. There we go. So that can I copy you over to here? Paste it. There we go. That should be better. No, it was here. Oh, no. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Gee whiz. Because I noticed the last couple streams my microphone had been sounding bad, and I'm like, hopefully this fixed it. Because I just made, instead of saying pick up a microphone, I said pick up a specific microphone. And I thought the microphone would be on all of them. No, okay. So let's do... I don't know what this extra audio input capture is. Yeah. Okay, because there's this extra... I don't need this extra mic if it's not doing anything. Desktop audio and the one microphone I want to use is probably fine, so... I'll wait with you. I don't know how to do this. I'm not gonna mess with it. Jeez. Okay. When was the last time I streamed even? I don't even remember. What does Twitch say? Does something say? Because I was like, it's been a heckin' long time compared to my usual cadence. The 18th. The 18th is the last time I streamed. Gee whiz. So what was I up to in the past week or two, maybe? Which sucks too, because I'm like, I was looking at like, oh, well, I've got this Friday, I'm going to be heading out to hang out with my parents on a vacation. And then Monday, I have another job interview appointment. And then Wednesday of next week is another board game meeting. I'm like, that's all my stream times! It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's upcoming. That wasn't even this last week. Because let's see, this last week, I think it was like last Monday or something, I finally did the health test. So I got the blood test and the urine test for the kidney stone. So I'm finally set up for the kidney stone appointment. And then Wednesday was apartment hunting. And I think the same thing on Friday. But I think that should be all sorted now. They just accepted the application, so now I think I just need to sign the paperwork to say, okay, I'm moving. Which is also going to be a whole bunch of stuff to do to move to a new apartment. So, Gee whiz. And then I missed... Oh, and that's why I missed Monday, too. Was because I did another job interview thing. And that's... Luckily, that went well enough that I got a second one. Although they were saying it's like 5 different rounds of interviewing. It's like, oh boy. That's not gonna be fun if I'm able to get that far, But it was just looking at their calendar. It was like, oh, late in the day on Monday. That's the best time for me and the best time for them. So I'm thinking this Tuesday, Thursday. I think I might stream on Tuesday, Thursdays for a little while because it's been those Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Metro Exodus. That's cool. Metro's one of those games. There's a handful, maybe not a handful, but there's a good chunk of games that I'm like, if I had the time and the priority. Like, Metro sounds like a really cool world, and yet I haven't tried it. At least I remember hearing about, like, oh, you use bullets as currency, and it's like this hardcore Fallout universe. Played through it on Ranger Hardcore mode. Is that a just everything's harder, or is it like a one life mode? For some reason, I feel like it's a game that had a one life mode, just because of its setting and stuff. Oh yeah, because it also had like a gas mask that you throw on in the just everything harder. Yeah, and I didn't even have like, I was like, I could try to do some game development or something, but I was like, it's been just hectic. So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna chat for a while, and maybe play just some other random games. We'll see. You die in 2 bullets, everything's expensive, materials are rare to find. Sounds kind of fun. Like, hard mode is, it's hard to balance, I think. Because I've had fun with hard mode stuff, but... Because that's what I'm doing in Echoes of Wisdom. I'm doing hard mode. Yeah, basically don't get hit or you're dead. Yeah, I'm doing hard mode in Echoes of Wisdom, which has been kind of fun for the combat and, like, avoiding enemies and stuff. I'm also doing the, like, no... I'm not using any of Link's powers. It's like the thing you get is like you can I don't remember what the energy meter is called, but you have to heal with a med kit, not as normal or easy, where you heal after a amount of time. Yeah, okay. What is that, like, use the med kit and then you eventually heal over time? Because I know there are games that do that as well, just to try to make it a little more realistic. I think like Fallout does some of that hardcore mode stuff where it's like over encumbrance and like everything takes longer. Use a med kit and boom, healed. Okay. But yeah, what was I? Talking about something else. But yeah, I had no plans for game or dev stuff. I haven't done that haven't been working on that other project at all either, just because getting medical stuff figured out, getting apartment figured out, and then I've been commuting to work a whole bunch, because they're like, you're not doing good enough, bud. You gotta come in to work on a regular basis. Which, when it's an hour away, I'm like, oh well, that's 2 hours of my day just gone. Yeah, I was half tempted to, like, could I record a podcast or something? 2 hours of driving every day is like, I want to do something. If I can sit here and... Wait a second, I'm like, could I stream? That'd be a really weird time to stream. I also wouldn't be able to look at chat because I would be driving, but... Yeah, because I haven't tried streaming on my phone. I think I have Twitch on my phone. It's a new phone, too, because I was finally... Like, I finally stopped procrastinating and started doing things Just because it got to the point of, like, getting yelled at by people. Like, guess what? Your lease has ended. You better figure out a new lease. Oh, look, you're not doing good at work. You better do better. Or like they already pushed the kidney stone appointment once, so I think the just wish it wasn't the once I face consequences for my procrastination and that I could just get the thing done immediately. Oh, what's the other thing I've been up to? The other thing I've been up to is my board game. At least that's been that's where my other that's what has happened to my Tuesdays. Tuesdays has turned into board game stuff. So I've been working a lot on my board game. I was a little bummed that when I exported this cell sheet, it exploded. PDF wise. Well, not fully exploded, but the text was all misaligned and stuff. Can I full screen this? Or I guess I can do that. I can just show off the misaligned. Yeah, and this is, I need to fiddle with this game a little more. Yeah, that's where it was like, that's not what I'm looking at on Google Drive. I don't know why you had to explode it on here. But yeah, this is the board game I've been working on, where I'm trying to hit the middle between like a card game, like a trading card game and an abstract game. It's been an interesting challenge. It's been difficult. Because the original version I had, the cards had this mechanic where they would lock in place after you moved them, and I had like a little marker for that, and it took me quite a while. It took me forever to figure out how to get rid of that. And I did want to get rid of it. As nice of a mechanic as it was, to figure out the flow of the game, to set the pace of the game. Yeah. The version that I ended up with now, that has a more momentum-based movement, is working better for the most part. Although I just did a test the other day with a couple people that they got to the end game and were like, I can't do anything. It was like kind of like the end of chess where you have just like a king left. But I'm like, chess is super popular and it has that as well, so. Oh, I guess I could just pop open the tabletop simulator and show it off too. I don't really feel like it. Yeah, I need to add. I guess I could do that now. I didn't want to work on anything though. I was like, screw it. I've been busy. I've been so busy. And I'm gonna continue being busy too. It's like hanging out with my parents this weekend, and then doing another job interview on Monday, and then doing another board game class on Wednesday. Although I think next Friday, and then my kidney stone appointment will happen, and I'm thinking that that's gonna, at least that Tuesday, I'm not attempting to work that day. I'm just gonna go to the appointment, and that's it. Okay, yeah, next Friday, there is not anything scheduled. I might be able to do. Oh, and then my mom's gonna hang out with me for the kidney stone appointment. So, probably won't be streaming on Monday if she's here. Yes, she would have absolutely no clue what any of this is. She is not tech savvy. Not a tech person at all. Whatsoever. Yeah, she's like not interested in this game stuff either. It's like this is a thing for kids. She just never updated that idea, so. I don't tell, like, that's just a large part of my life, and I'm like, I don't even mention it, because I know she has absolutely no interest, so. Oh yeah, that's what it was, because the end of November, there's also more of that board game group stuff. I guess Thanksgiving. By Thanksgiving, I'll finally have some time freed up. Although then I'll be moving. at the beginning of December. So then the time may or may not be freed up. Although it's not a big move, so that'll be easier. That should just be a weekend. But December. December, I think I should finally be back to, like, a schedule. Just sucks it's gonna take an entire month to get there. But... yeah, this song. This is the song that I've been listening to, like, on repeat all day. We'll see if... I was like, this looked like a pretty small artist. I don't think this is a large artist. But we'll see if Twitch pings me for this. Okay, what else? Did I have any other... I haven't done any game design stuff. Or at least, I've been doing all board game design stuff. I haven't been doing... oh, good. Yeah, that's the other... okay, the two things... maybe I should just make a note here, I guess. The two things that I could mess with... or three things. I could just play games. And by that, I'm like, not Dishonored or anything, just something random. That'll still be a Friday thing. I got excited about this Blind Fire game. I don't even do like multiplayer games at all. But this is like some kind of stealth FPS, and I was like, that sounds kind of cool. Like, I want to support that. That sounds neat. Like a multiplayer stealth FPS. So I'll probably try that. Okay, what was I just making a note of? I could do the oh my goodness, that's not. This pixel art for cards for the game. Or I could work on the Stun Planet thing again. Or I could work on Proc Jam. I also saw that Proc Jam is happening right now, and I was like, oh, I love Proc Jam. I'm bummed that I didn't even see it. I don't know that I love Proc Jam, I just did it the once, and I love procedural generation, so it feels like a thing I should do more often. I guess it doesn't have like a newsletter or anything. Because I'm like, that's what I need. It's like a... I'm gonna keep burning people alive. Well, have fun with your... I was gonna say Tarkov, not Tarkov. Metro. Your Metro Exodus, I suppose. But, have fun. Do a good murder, I suppose. Do multiple good murders. Yeah, because I think this was like a week-long thing or something. Oh no, over a week. The 25th. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I already missed half of it anyway. Yeah, this is this year has just been crazy where I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna try doing anything. Yeah, because I'm bummed too, because if I move at the beginning of December, then I miss PAX Unplugged too, and I had a fun time with it last year. But, too busy. And especially because the board game group will end right after that, so it's like, oh, it's a good time to go see people at PAX Unplugged, and yet, not happening. Kinda bummed. It's just funny how it just feels like I'm yapping for a while, and then it's only 20 minutes. It's like... so that's why I was kind of curious of like, okay, if I have an hour of drive time, can I actually bloviate for an hour to make a podcast? And then can I do that on a regular basis? That is the question. Because, I mean, a lot of my streams are just me working on a thing. But... oh, and that's kind of why I left this on just chatting, is because I'm like, I think I am just gonna chat for a while and do random things and not actually work on anything. Oh, I just okay. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of pixel art just to see how hard it is to modify those. Because I have a couple of things. Because I was wanting to use some of my old like Halloween gnome pixel art and stuff. Like I have some pixel art done for some other things that I was like I could repurpose that as like characters for cards and stuff. Oh, it's probably a gnome goblin. They're all gnomes. Oh, it was there. Man, I miss doing pixel art. I need to get back at doing more pixel art stuff. Okay, no, I had a different version of this. I had this Halloween goblin gnome. And then I had a different one. Goblin gnome large. Okay, so where is the goblin? That's a different thing. How did I do this?
Shit depends. If she want more than friends, pull up in the ends.
Oh, goblin.
I'll be round by 10. I'll be in a stew.
Okay, so there's... Yeah, okay, I did have a different goblin.
Juice, what you wanna do?
Apparently I made two different goblins and didn't remember doing so.
Who that guy? Jason with the mic. Who that guy? They pay so making time. She wanna fly. I'm a show.
Oh yeah, and I think those are supposed to be trowels, not knives.
With me till the night, till it ends.
For gardening.
I do not pretend.
It's garden gnome.
If she want more than friends, I think she want you for your bands. Kiss goodbye, out it to the side, clicking vibes. She just wants.
I want multiple of these, not the same.
Change that shit go right through my brain. This shit strange, don't know what to say. Go the other way. Tell her you gon' be okay. She said she needed me to stay, and then she called me late, saying that she wanted me, and she needed some space.
I don't feel like messing with this right now, but it's something I could do. Okay, so like I said, there was pixel art I could mess with. It was Stone Planet I could mess with, but if I'm not good enough for pixel art, then I'm not good enough. Not feeling good enough. Let's see if this even works. Secondarily, let's see if it even connects to this. That's not like... I guess I could leave music up.
You'll find for the feeling, me late saying that she needs
There's a fair amount of remixes in there.
She's so lovely,
It is kind of funny to go from just purely cute music to light them up. Actually pop.
Switching weather like the seasons, She said she needed me to stay.
So yeah, didn't even make it half an hour talking about life updates. Well, I guess I could go more in depth on the so like Monday when I got the tests done. It took a little while to get into the office because the machine wasn't working. So it's like, oh, I gotta enter all these things manually. Wonderful, that's fun. But then once I got in to do the test, they're just like, oh, here's a poke. Oh, we got your blood. Okay, go paint a cup. Okay, bye, you're good. It's like, wow, it wasn't even 5 minutes. Yeah, but then the other thing I needed to get was an EKG. So it's like, oh, well, okay, if you guys don't do that, I guess I'll go over to urgent care. And and then they were able to eventually get me in and see me. Which was weird, because there wasn't anybody in that waiting area, but it still took them a while to process. Yeah, of all the things, I started reading the Bible. I was kind of wondering, or I was reading classical literature. I went from classic sci-fi to reading the Bronte sisters. I was reading the Bronte sisters stuff, and then I was like, okay, you know, if I'm gonna keep doing this like classic literature, like important literature kind of stuff, let's try the Bible. And I didn't even get through the intro. There was just a whole bunch of stuff about like, there's been so many translations of the Bible, and here's a whole bunch of glossary terms, and here's a bunch of really interesting words that you haven't heard of. And I was like, oh well, that's at least interesting. That's fun. We'll see about how I feel about getting into the actual meat and potatoes of the Bible. And yeah, this is definitely not a religious. It's not like, oh, I want to pick up getting into Christianity or anything. It's more of the Bible is very well known, and or it's like one of the best-selling books, if not the best-selling books. So okay, I wanted to bump up the volume just a little bit. And also, I was raised Catholic, so I was like, you know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to, then I could at least ask other family members and stuff and say, like, oh, I have read the Bible, do you know what all is in there? Okay, I wanted to really... How long would it take? We'll do the, install the game. See how long it takes to, if I went and sat here and read all of this. Oh, okay, they shorten terms and conditions to T and C's. Double 11. Being 4 ones? Or is it 22? Made available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, Windows, and Steam. PlayStation Store, Xbox, Steam Store, and other video game store. I guess Epic and stuff. Yeah, we'll see, because I think they just opened like that Fab 3D store too. The store may allow you to get a refund in respect of or in connection with a game in some cases. You must be 12 years older in order to use the game. Let's see, wait, I'm twice that? Coming in on... I'm 2.5 times that. Oh no! Yeah, I was like, I'm about to turn 33. If I live to be 100, that's like a third of my life is gone. And that's unlikely. I think I'd probably hit like 70 or 80 is the average, meaning about half of my life is gone. It's just such a scary, sobering thought. That's why I left my job last year, was because I'm like, okay, well, if time is passing by and I don't like the job, let's leave. And then it was like, oh, let's have health problems instead. But hopefully, by my birthday, everything should be sorted. We'll see. Really, really hoping. But we'll see. Virtual items have no real-world value or application outside of the game. Is that just a basic clause, or is that simply because of like the NFTs and stuff? I don't know why I'm getting into reading the terms and conditions. That's like I've just been fried doing so much stuff that I guess I can't. Well, or maybe I'm just trying to be better at deeply focusing on things instead of flitting from thing to thing. You can play the game. Non-exclusive, revocable, non-transferable, non-sub-licensable, limited right. and licensed to use one copy of the relevant game for your personal, non-commercial use for gameplay in accordance with these terms and conditions. How does that fit in terms of like streaming though? I guess the stream is what, well, I don't know. I don't know if it says that or not. Please enjoy the game safely and responsibly. What you cannot do, use commercial reasonable endeavors to protect. Do not share, rent, resell, do not cheat, rig, fix, do not modify or adapt. Do not provide hyperlinks to or other forms of links to our websites for obtaining profit. Okay. The game may include third-party website links. So is this just saying that there's a forum? Third-party reporting system. Oh, where we provide the functionality for you to upload any content, including any user-generated content. So this has user-generated content stuff? Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a multiplayer game, so it's gonna have a lot of virtual items, so. Okay, I think I'm getting done with this bit of reading the terms and conditions. Oh, their liability. Personal injury or death caused by our negligence is not excluded to or limited. If we can't fix the fault within a reasonable time, you can get some money back. Well, that's nice. The game, where some parts of it may and probably will crash and or cause game loss. See, that doesn't feel like a legal text thing, but I do appreciate it. Okay. Let's see the internet. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm done. I actually read some of the terms and conditions. Please observe children while they play the game. Please ensure that you and the following... Yeah, okay. And then we'll see if it actually runs. Oh, okay, so it is supposed to be an Epic Games thing. I did it through Steam. Maybe I should have done it through Epic Games? What you got? You got nothing. Ooh. I like that skin better. Blacklight. Oh yeah, no, I like the blacklight better. That's so boring. That's so cool. Is that, so is that gonna have gameplay? ramifications for the black light. This was one of those ones that I mostly just picked up on a whim. See, like, this skin tone looks a little green to me, which is odd. I thought I saw somebody's face when it loaded, but I noticed all the characters have masks and stuff, so... Plus, I don't think it's gonna matter. The whole character is covered, essentially, right? Oh, do I have all of these visors? Just right off the bat? I don't have to purchase it? Sea Goddess sounds cool. Are you gonna show it, or...? Oh, black light. I had to turn on the black light again to see it? Okay, well. Do I want to go Sea Goddess entirely? Always get that orange in there, though. Like, orange and green is definitely, like... Okay, the red and black has got, like, Spider-Man themes for sure. Also, wait a second. I didn't change the mask, you goof. Was that the Sea Goddess one? I guess it was. Had to have been. Oh, I just didn't entirely see what it was. Shoot, I do like the Sea Goddess look. That is cool. Okay, those aren't as fun. I don't know if anything else is gonna match though. Oh, and I probably could switch it to say that I'm playing Blind Fire. Not that it's gonna help, because it's one of those things of like, I didn't hop on it immediately at launch, so most likely it's not going to matter. Plus, I was just chatting anyway. But we'll do it. I like to put the game in the thing. So... So why do I have access to all of these? I guess this is a beta, so... Okay, this one does not have the, I think I'm doing the green and orange. I think I'm liking the green. Oh, there's a new Monster Factory! I forgot Monster Factory's back, and in, like, a big way, too. I do love me some Monster Factory. Quick play, 1 life per round, team body count. Where's the quick play? Just throw me into a quick play, because I have no clue how to play. And we'll see if I can figure out how to play. Let's see. Yeah, getting the EKG was kind of funny, because they got me all set up, got all the little nodes all stuck to me to do the heart rate monitoring, and then the system crashed. So I had to sit there for another couple minutes waiting for the computer to restart. I'm just laying there with all these things stuck to me. At least it was chill. I wasn't uncomfortable. Yeah, it wasn't too cold, so even if I was shirtless, it wasn't freezing. It's just kind of funny that it wasn't until after I got all stuck with the things that the computer decided to freeze and die. Let's see. Yeah, I switched up my journal time. Well, I don't know that I switched to, because I was doing my journal in the morning, but now I'm doing it literally right as I wake up, because my phone has its I am finding the stylus. I got a new phone with a stylus, and the stylus is surprisingly helpful. Yeah, because I was thinking about, it was back at, like, when I had that old Kindle, I had a little stylus that I used for quite a while. And then realizing, oh, I can have the stylus on my phone. That's useful too. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that doing my journal on my phone versus on the computer, it takes the same amount of time. I thought it would take forever just because like poking away at the keyboard is slow, but I suppose I poke away at the keyboard slow when I'm using the real computer anyway. But the phone has its auto text complete feature too, so they did mention matchmaking was slow, and I'm betting that the player population is non-existent. I didn't notice a tutorial because I wouldn't mind just hopping into a server and oh wait, yeah, that's the best part too, is that after it takes 3 minutes to load anything, I'm gonna die in 2 seconds because I don't know what I'm doing. Hell yeah.
Body count.
Between 2 players? Well, we'll try it. They went very laser tag, which I don't know how I feel about entirely. Oh, okay, so that's... Oh. Okay, wait, I still make noise though. Where's my, like, walk button? So, do you just need to kind of fire into... Is this... Ow, ow. Can I run up and, Well, this is interesting. The ragdoll there, too. Yeah, okay, this feels very beta, but this is interesting. It's definitely interesting. Was that it, though? Use the echo ability. This is literally first game, so it didn't mention the echo. Spacebar? But hello. That's a mannequin. This is, like I said, this is why I picked this up, because I don't do multiplayer games, but this looked interesting. Okay, so it says echo ready. Aha. Oh, and there's traps there too. I see. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the taste you can see. I was visible. Did it matter? That's the question. Okay, so did the lights ever turn on? I'm just gonna sit there. Shoot. Ah! I was hoping I was getting close, but I got too close. This is really interesting. Oh, he mentioned something about a shotgun, because that is much more my style. I just figured I'd start with the pistol to try it. Oh, is this... Okay, the game's running just fine. Oh, I just realized my stream's been lagging the entire time? Wonderful. Why does it look like I have a shotgun? Okay, well, can I... Oh, wait, let's do game. And then do that. That seems like it's still lagging like none other. Can I make it look like even more Garbo? Low. Apply. Yes. Did that... That didn't look like it made my stream any better. Ah, shoot. I was kind of wondering if messing with my settings would break things. Okay, so That looks like, because it looks like my stream avatars are lagging out too. Oh, we're still going. Okay. And then my phone had to distract me. So why is this showing up? That's not anything. Relocating. I was gonna say, they like being over here. Yeah, gummit. Okay, let's use the echo ability a little more. This is gonna be another one of those, like, there's a sprint button. Don't forget about the sprint button. Nah, bruv. All I need is move and fire, and then I can lose every round horribly. The dumb is very strong with this one. Okay. It says it's ready. It's probably because I was crouched. Okay. I got headphones on. Oh, it's a mannequin. Probably shouldn't be doing just random shots. Oh, come on! They were standing on top of it, and I still couldn't capitalize on it. Hey! I done diddly did it! I got one! It only took me 5 rounds. Well, and that's not bullet-wise. That was many more. Hey, it wasn't a complete perfect. Okay, yeah, the stream is still lagging like that. It's weird because the game is running just fine. Oh, and it looks like the stream is picking up the game just fine. Okay, if I click on my... Okay, so this looks like it's lagging out here too. Okay, well, let's leave for now. It's still lagging out in the menus, and then we quit. Let's say, does that free up my... Yes. That does free up my stream avatar to actually, like, run. Well, that's obnoxious. I feel like that's an Unreal thing. Like, Unreal conflicts with stream avatars, too. I guess this is in beta, so... But, let's give this... So, maybe a restart? It's like, I doubt a restart is gonna free up my stream avatars. Okay, and my... live duty avatar. Okay, we're gonna just keep flopping around. Make sure, just to see the moment where it hits the lag. And then doesn't run anymore. Which is a bummer. I'm like, it runs just fine. My silly little avatar. My goofy little avatar. I wish it would work with the game. Because this is a neat idea. Even if I am turbo bad at it. I say, after only playing 5 rounds. And winning one of them, at least. And so that's not super ultra turbo bad, but... Oh, and I guess if new person, if you were still here, if Game Gamer... If Game Gamer is still here, I typically stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays with game development and pixel art on Monday, Wednesdays, and then random games on Fridays, but life has been hectic as heck. That was the first 20 minutes to half an hour of the stream was just... Life has been hectic, and will continue to be hectic for probably the rest of November. But then after that, I will be back to a regular schedule. Is it lagging? It looks like it's okay for now. I guess we'll see. So is it when the game actually connects? So give me another quick play. I'm not good enough to know anything about what's going on at all. because we'll see if there's a... I want to see if you could turn on the lights. Okay, and I am glad that it is completely dark, and then you actually get into shooting each other, because I was a little worried watching the reveal trailer that it looked like it was just, here's another shooter, but black light. So, we'll see if there is some of that, but I am glad that it is actually, like, you need to use stealth and positioning to figure out where the other person is. I didn't see if you could climb on top of stuff. I know they had... Because that's what I would want to do. That's what I do in Dishonored, is I get up on top of the tallest thing. And, yeah, okay, no, so Game Gamer did in fact disappear. Possibly, I don't know. Stream avatars does not accurately reflect whatchamacallit, who's actually in the stream. Yeah, and I think taking a 2-week break and saying that most likely I will also continue to not be around and available is, Oh, I was saying I wouldn't be around next Wednesday, because I keep thinking, oh, my board game group is meeting, but I did just set it up so that I will be on their stream, streaming board game stuff, so will possibly be a co-stream on next Wednesday to play my board game. Which, that name doesn't feel entirely accurate because it's more card game. It's an abstract game. It's, I guess abstract game is more board game as opposed to like card game. Tabletop game. Well, and I guess it actually does have a board. It's like, it's a 5x5 grid. So there is a board, so it is a board game. Yeah, I would say this needs some kind of tutorial, but it's a beta. It's like, I can't complain about the game working or not working. So, I could trash my stream even more by streaming this random nonsense on Discord as well. If only because I saw my friends were on Discord the other day. And I was a little bummed that I couldn't stop by and say hi, but I was like, it's bedtime. I should sleep. So, okay. Avatar is fine. Oh, game loaded. Okay, that's what happened. Game loaded.
Body count.
Body count? I asked for quick play. It looks like stream avatars is running okay. It's a bummer that it lags out my avatar. It's kind of weird.
Weapons free.
Where do you start at? I should also try to find... Yeah, okay, there is stairs. What am I looking at? Am I behind a wall? I am behind a wall, aren't I? It's like I'm right behind it. Okay, let's do a little... You were like right in the light there, buddy. This works. I was like, I've done damage. Let's see if it gets me killed or not. Oh, I should reload. Ow, ow, ow. Ah! We're right next to each other. There's no melee. I really need a melee button. I like the melee. Did we seriously not kill each other? Is this a thing I can mess with? What are you shooting at there, bud? Ow. This is just absolutely pitiful. We're both completely visible. We're both... I guess it did match me with somebody who's more my speed here. Wow, that took only forever. Wait, what? Oh, I gotta remember to ping more often. Like, don't throw light on me. Where is anybody? Okay, let's... Where you at, bud? How do you get... Okay, wait. I gotta see if I can figure out... Can you get up top? Ow. I was gonna say, I didn't have any health. So... That was just such a silly round. We're both just standing there waiting for something to happen. Oh, was there somebody else in the game? Or... What are these? Oh, those are just the different lights and stuff. Okay. I want to get higher. You gotta be like right here, right? That seemed like somebody else was also shooting, though. I was like, camping the stairs seems to be a fairly good idea. We're just gonna continue camping the stairs. Hey, I'm getting better, dude! It only took a single round, actually. Hell yeah. I found my shooter. I found my first person shooter. You can't see anything. Ta-da! Also, it borks out my avatar, which sucks. Why does it look like I has a shotgun this time? Wow, if I could just aim, that would have worked. Shoot. Okay, there is another...
Contestant 1 wins. Cowardly victory.
Cowardly victory? What made it a cowardly victory exactly? Oh, they had a fun time with the final bullet cam there. Okay, it's like I need to start with like ping. Why does it say echo ready when it's not actually ready? How are you like right there and yet I can't hit you? You weren't using like a thingamabob, were you? Okay, now it's ready. Maybe they should get rid of the words echo ready until it's actually ready. You goof. I didn't mean to run. That's okay. The mannequins throw me off, which is, you know, intentional. What does that mean? I won. I went and found them and I killed them. How was that a cowardly victory? Just because I didn't run in and kill them immediately, or what? Well, I'm glad it's actually getting into a game. Oh, slow reload being a okay, so now it was actually ready. Probably would have been better to okay, now let's go camp the stairs again here. let's slow down now that I'm a little closer. I wonder if that was a beta thing that was causing the echo to say that it was ready immediately when it was clearly... Bro, where you at? You were literally right in front of me, aren't you? Oh, that's fast reload. I could have tried the slow reload. Ah! Dang it. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, let's... You guys are probably gonna kill each other before... Okay, wait. What traps are available?
Exposure. Contestant 1 wins. Close round.
I had a good round, and then lost it all. That's a bummer. I was feeling proud of myself. I was feeling good that I like won a thing, and then didn't. So they do have a face under there. Like, why? If they're always gonna have a mask. I was like, yeah, no, I'm having fun with this. This is a good time. We'll do this for a little while longer. I do not regret this purchase. Although, I think they did launch it wrong. Because they did a beta that they shadow dropped. And I think those two things are a little incompatible. I think if you're going to do a early access beta... Like, you need to slowly work up a community of people who are interested and then get that community bigger and bigger as you iron out stuff. Or you just get a completely fully polished product and then just drop it with a bunch of updates very quickly thereafter, which I think is a lot harder to do, especially now that there's just been so many shooters and other things in the market, so... Okay, so it does... So once it lags out, it stays lagged out. And this was not like I click on... This was I click on my Vtuber and it says... Oh, no. Okay, that seemed to... No, it's because it's loading. I think my Vtuber was fine up until the loading matchmaking. And then when I'm actually in the game, it's also lagged out. It's a bummer, because I'm actually enjoying the game. And it is the game for sure, because I'm like, I have Discord and everything else running too, that it's not causing issues, but... Man, it's one of those things, I was like, I feel like I was actually starting to get a little bit of a community, like a couple of people showing up on a regular basis, and then I disappear for a week. And then I'm gonna continue disappearing. Where I'm like, oh, I can't stream on Friday, I can't stream next Monday. I mean, I could try to on Monday, but I'm like, it's right at 6 o'clock, and it's like an hour-long coding thing, so I'm like, I would only get an hour streaming in anyway. And a very late start. Well, and it all comes back to streaming something that's actually interesting. It's the issue. I just stream whatever random nonsense. So that's definitely not a way to gain a community. But at least right now, that's kind of what I have. Is possible for me. It's just random nonsense and not actually... Man, it'd be nice if my avatar were working while doing the game. This will probably be last round. This is a neat game. I'm gonna get a good hour of gameplay out of it for $10. And then a possibility of future updates. Well, at any rate, it's giving them money to say, this is cool, I like this, and then I actually played it. And I still, yeah, I didn't know what was getting the shotgun to activate or not, too. Although I'm realizing this is pretty light for a beta, because I'm like, I feel like I saw everything that's in here in an hour. And it just seems like if you're... It seems like a multiplayer game is so hard to do nowadays, because the best way to do a multiplayer game is to have a community. The best way to get a community is just with a butt ton of content. But the only way to get a butt ton of content is to have a butt ton of money to work on it. And then you get Concord, where nobody wants it anyway once you finish all of the content. So, but I know Supervive did fairly well with its recent beta, and that was one of those ones that, and that's because I think they were doing the early access, slowly build up a community of people who might be interested in the game and work on it from there. I know that's how they did BattleBit Remastered or something like that. BattleBit, it's called BattleBit. I'm pretty sure. But that was like an indie Battlefield clone that they did, a slow build up. I think it's because I was playing it's because I was playing Dishonored that I'm like, oh, I could be Batman, I could crawl up on stuff and then go kill somebody. But that's not what this is. Not really. The actual shooting is pretty simplified and stuff. You might actually be running around doing stuff. Sounds like you're creeping around over here. Oh, come on, you were like, what? You were right there. Did you go anywhere? Did you do anything? Oh, the red on that is just the dead blasted mannequins. Oh, let's try the slow reload. I still have not tried that. Where are you? Okay, well, it's like clearly I need the fast reload that time. It didn't matter. Dadgummit. Ah! I was like, I'm just standing here. I need a melee. They love doing these shooters that's like, nah, you gotta use a gun. You gotta use a gun. It's like... It's because I wanted Dishonored. I wanted a stealth multiplayer. I'm just realizing now that there is really not a lot in terms of stealth multiplayer. I think... Did Mark of the Ninja do that? I know Assassin's Creed did a stealth multiplayer. Like, why do you start with nothing in your hands, too? It's just kind of weird. Yeah, it's like you're not... Ah, shoot. Oh, wait. Slow reload. Let's try the slow reload. Okay, we're ping. You're somewhere over there. Until you're not. Okay. There we go. Slow reload. Hey, again, getting better. Shotgun's a little weird. It's cool that you can watch the spread on this shotgun though too. I don't feel like they're doing that bad, but they don't get any points. Seems a little rough. It is interesting that I feel like I'm picking up the game fairly easily, fairly quickly. No, I gotta come get you. Well, let's just do this. No, okay, that red is nothing. Okay, let's try. Let's try this. No. I'm kind of right near this. Wait, did they have like a tracking? They didn't have like a track or anything, right? Yeah, okay, let's not shoot at the echo. Shoot at where you think they're going to be. Which I don't know. Ah, it's like you were right in the light there. Ow! I should probably reload. Oh, let's do more pings. I need to be pinging on a regular basis. Okay, I don't need to be fast reloading there. Slow reload. Stop moving! I can see you. I just need to shoot you. Gee whiz. There we go. They're not doing that bad. We're just both very bad, and I just happen to be lucky at the last round. Pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. I feel bad, man. I feel like they should get some points. They shot me a little bit, right? Yeah, shadow dropping a game that has this little content in beta and expecting it to do well was not the play. That was just lucky. That's all that was. That was just straight up lucky. Yeah, okay, we are just sitting there staring at each other. Oh, it says it's not for use with a controller, and they are using a controller. Interesting. Interesting, it also highlights that too. Let's try going up. Yeah, I'm like, you were just literally right there. Unless you're over here now? Yeah, looks like I need another ping. Okay, you're way the heck over there now. I'm coming for you. No, Echo didn't say anything. How do you get up there? Because I thought that, oh, I'm just kind of sitting here like a duck. One of them sitting ducks. That's the red. It gets me every time, and that's intentional. Ugh. Hey, good job. Finally took one off of me. a neat game. I will be excited to see what this turns into, if it does. Because that's the other problem. I think it's because they launched as a Shadow Drop beta that there's... Okay, that seems to be all of the content in the game, which is not the kind of game that is definitely not the game you kind of want to shadow drop. It's just that was cool though. I'm definitely willing to check that out some more. Has there been updates, or was it just it's live? I should leave a positive review. Like, there's not much going on, but what's going on is cool and fun. Oh, I was like, this looks so much better than what I had, but that's obvious. Like, duh. Oh, I did see the red barrels for explosions. Didn't ever actually shoot one, but that's okay. Yeah, okay, so this... This game probably is a lot more fun with more people. Yeah, see, they show somebody up there. How do you get up there? Wow, this is surprisingly more accurate to the game than I would have thought. Okay, wait, what is follow? Because I'm like, this is cool. I don't do... Forgot to do that. I don't do multiplayer games like this, but that was cool. Okay, now that I've successfully chased off anyone and everyone. And again, the timing being, I'm too early, I'm too... I just don't exist at the same time as other people. Oh, has it been an hour? It's been an hour, right? It's been an hour and 15. Sit break. What's the pickaxe got a screw in it? Like, it distinctly has a screw here. Like, I don't know why that is. And that could be game instead of... Game? Yeah, there we go. It's like, I thought getting over it with Bennett Foddy. There we go. New game. After 9 hours. New game. It's always a new game. Okay, again, is my mouse sensitivity too high? There we go. Let's do real low sensitivity. Can I do anything? No. Okay. Let's do a little higher then. There, let's see if... Seeing how I got used to a different mic... I keep wanting to say mic sensitivity because I was messing with the microphone most recently and was talking about doing that for possible podcast stuff. Which I think I will do that after work tomorrow. swing by Best Buy and try getting a, You see, this exhausts me, though. Instead of using my wrist, it's used your whole arm. Which I think is important for, like, multiplayer shooters, but for doing... Okay, there. So now, super hyper... super hyper getting over it. Yeah, no, this is gonna fling me everywhere all the time. This is very much explaining to me why I had the mouse sensitivity that I did. I don't understand why you're... Like, I'm doing a loop and you're like, nah. You're just kind of running into the thing. Okay, nope. That's super slow. That's slow. There we go. The... Sort of fast. But not too fast. But not too not fast. It's a new craze. It's funny that I still think of that song and the McElboys. And the McElroys when that's long not been their theme. But I haven't listened to My Brother and Me since... Geez, 2-3 years ago? Although I am getting back into my podcasts with the inclusion of being at work and doing work that it is a bit more conducive to podcasts. But those podcasts are, let's catch up on 2 years of the Adventure Zone instead of, let's listen to My Brother and Me. Oh, there's an extra lip on that rock. I was like, why did I not go flying? Just kind of stopped and... It's just so weird and awkward. I don't know how I've never run into that before. It's like I should have run into that a few times. Why are you being a bastard? Like, this just feels off. It's weird that the controls feel off every single time I play this. Like, this feels a little too slow, and then you do stuff like that, where I'm like, I don't understand. I hate the slope on this area, because it's just enough to be hard to set up anything. And it's probably intentional. I do wonder how much playtesting this had. Like that. It's one of those, like, what in the world did I do there to fling myself like that? Like, I don't understand. It's stuff like that, where I'm like, I wanted to move it down towards the rock, and it's like, fling! No, just put it on the fling! Just calmly. Oops. Oh, did I stream getting over it with Bennett Foddy on Discord, or am I just doing random nonsense? There we go, I'm just doing random nonsense. There we go, we'll do another double dipping of thing. I think the game is obnoxious because it feels like I have just enough control to do things. But it doesn't seem like my computer's lagging out or anything. It's because there's a bunch of extra physics stuff that... Yeah, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, why did you... What were you even caught on there? Like, it's just... It's lag. We'll blame it on lag on this non-multiplayer game. There's extra friction and stuff that is just not immediately obvious. I love it, you can see the circle where I'm like, you can tell what I'm trying to do, even if I'm failing at it miserably. That was bad. That was good enough, but that was not good. That was bad. I will say this does have some nice depth to it. Although sometimes I feel like it's a bit much on the, trying to separate the foreground and background elements. Like here it's fine, here it's nice. There's some other sections where it's a little confusing. Okay, so what else have I been up to? So I think I kind of went over all of my health stuff there on that last Monday. And then last Wednesday was, I went and saw apartments. And then I went and saw 3 different apartments. The first one, it's one of those things of like, wasn't bad, and I would have been perfectly happy there. But then I went and saw the second apartment, and I was like, okay, this is so much nicer. And only a little more expensive. But I think it was also because the minimum salary was a lot higher at the second place. But yeah, I showed up there like early in the morning. Just because I am getting a lot more used to like early morning drives with the long commute and stuff. Yeah, it was a nice enough area that they even had like extra storage sheds. If you had like a bunch of extra junk, you could rent a storage shed. Which when my sister was around and was using my apartment to store a lot of extra junk, I'm like, that would have been nice. Because she was just clogging up the other room with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's been interesting because the all the apartments, all of the traffic around the apartment has just been nasty at pretty much every place I've been to. But there were a couple that had a light at the intersection, which definitely helped. Yeah, there's actually some kind of walkability in the area that I'm looking at, too. Which I don't have anything around that near me right now. Which, it'd be huge to have some walkability, because I walk all the time. I went walking around the block once, and the guy was... the dog was barking at me, and he's like, oh, you should know who that is. Simply because they've seen me. I'm just a permanent fixture walking around the block all the time. Yeah, especially because now that's the only exercise I get with the long commute, so it's just getting around the block for a walk. This is basic stuff here. I don't know why I'm having a hard time. Yeah, and then the third apartment that I saw was very much like the apartment that I have now. Which, you know, not bad, but when I just saw a nice place that's about the same price, it was, okay, yeah, no, we'll do the nice place. There we go. This is definitely what happens to me in my life, is that there's just these stretches where it's like, oh, okay, everything's kind of coming together. And then stretches like this year where it's like nothing is coming together. We'll see if it ends with... Well, it's like 2016 was a bad year. This year has been not a good year, but definitely not a bad year. Well, I don't know. This has been a bad year, but not nearly as bad as 2016. 2016 was a full life reset. This... there's been a fair amount of full life reset here too, but... I think it's because 2016 also had a breakup, which did not help things. It was, I lost my job, lost the girlfriend, lost... and then the Dems lost the election at the end of 2016. This year I'm just starting out with lost my health. Or rather, just kidney stone issues. And then... Yeah, it'll be a real bummer if Trump wins, though. Because, like, the first time was just sort of, like, wild. Nobody knew what to expect. But now you kind of know what to expect out of Trump. And there's even a whole plan, that Project 2025. It's like, here's a whole plan. We know what we're doing this time. And it's like, oh, making sure that everybody gets screwed over. And the rich get even richer, which is kind of insane because they already have so much money. Yeah. Kind of thought I was lining myself up for that. Yeah, I keep thinking of that Cyanide and Happiness comic. Where it's, oh, vote for me. Vote for me. I'll eat your babies to death. Starts getting pissed on by the evil guy. It's just, when you watch the presidential debate and the guy says, I have concepts of a plan. That really is what gets... I keep thinking of that too. It's just, I have concepts of a plan. That's my president. Keeps saying, oh, Kamala, you had 4 years to do everything. Did you do it? It's like, first, she's vice president. Second, the same logic could be applied to Trump. Did you build that border wall in the 4 years you were there? It is weird to have an election that is, like, very important and also, like, if you care about other people, very easy to pick the candidate. Well, I guess if you care about all people, if you care about everybody having a better time, because I think that is the platform that Trump is running on, is this certain group of people does not, is bad. I feel it's kind of a bummer that you can remove nuance and run on that platform, and that works entirely to just say, this group of people is bad and causes literally every single problem ever. That is the solution. Although I call myself dumb a lot, but I think that's also one of those, when you realize you know, like, what you know. If you know you don't know anything, I think that's a step further than some people, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting to go from voting in Colorado, which has mail-in ballots, where it was like it's actually a... I remember it being somewhat of a chore to read through. But they sent you the entire packet that says, okay, here's all of the candidates, here's their political stances and stuff, here's... How am I having trouble with this area? I've done this before. But then they also have, like, long bits about here's the issues that are to vote on. But voting in Virginia was literally just, like, it's not a mail-in ballot, and it was just walk up and say, okay, I'm voting for these representatives, and that's it. Now, I think there are some other smaller... Why? You bastard? I don't understand the whole pivot point sometimes, where it's like, just hovers right above the hammer and never wants to sit down, and I'm like, I need you to sit so that I can do the next step. Like this. I'm like, I want to go right off the top of that. Right off the top of the dome. I knew that wasn't going to do it. But I tried it anyway, because I figured it'd be close enough. Yeah, it's here. I'm like, I want you to sit down, and I don't understand why you don't. There we go. That's the usual. That's the usual. And that took forever to figure out. It is interesting that like, I definitely have, well, that's probably a human emotional reaction, is to say, okay, this person is having this emotional reaction. I will match it to some degree. But I know that it's definitely a thing that my dad has very much kind of matches the expected. Why am I a gnome? Because I like gnomes. Because garden gnomes are the best. The best, the best, the best around. The best at what? I don't know, but I blame you. You distracted me. I think I have goofed up that gap a couple times before, but a gnome. I'm not gonna do the meme. Funny enough, I'm not a huge fan of the gnome meme. I'm not a gnoblin, not a gnelf. I'm a gnome. Oh wait, I said I wasn't gonna do it and then proceeded to do it. But no, garden gnomes are the best. That's what you get for being a gnome. I do hope I'm reading that right. That's sure what it looks like it's trying to be with the separating the G. Yeah, the silent G on gnome is definitely one of those dumb things in English. I wonder how it ends up like that too, where it's just, how do you decide? Like, there's just certain letters that are silent that are like, nah, how about this time? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna say. We're not gonna use that. It'll be there though. We're gonna have the letter. Like, it'll look like pterodactyl, but no, the P is silent. It's like, what? But there's how many other words have a PT? I guess there's ends of words like wrapped or something that have P and T. But still, it's like, how do you decide that pterodactyl is not enough and you need a P on the front to call it pterodactyl, but not actually say the P? Like, language is definitely a weird thing. That was almost what I wanted, but almost doesn't cut it. Nope. I want a slight adjustment. You can't have it. You just fell in my game? Are you talking one of the games I made? Because, that is... Oh, I guess... Seeing how it says first time chat, I will mention that, I typically do game development on Pixel Art on Monday, Wednesday, and then do other random games on Fridays, but, life has been hectic, and it's probably going to be hectic for the next month here, too, so... That's why I'm just playing some more Getting Over It, but... The Gnome game? Well, because you can't just say the Gnome game. I have multiple. You didn't think I would stop with just one. But if you're talking the most recent Gnome game, Getting Over It now. Which I guess it is somewhat Getting Over It-esque. Although it was more, I don't know if inspired by Moen, but, that was the game that was a Getting Over It alike. That Agronome. There we go. You want to make games too? You totally should. And I mean, you don't have to have like software and stuff for like making a video game. You can start with a board game. I mean, that's literally what I've been doing recently. I've been doing lots of board game stuff. I joined a board game course, and I've been working pretty hard recently on this project. Although I did make a digital version of it too, but also hello, welcome in. I'm getting distracted. I'm not getting over it. I'm yeah, I was like, this has gone through a few different iterations trying to figure out like an end game, and then last time I played it didn't. I mean, it's somewhat chess-like in that you're removing units off of the board. So then the end game of the last playtest that I did, it was kind of I'm hesitating because this is the one I've only gotten past this once. But the end of the last playtest I did ended up in that sort of chess thing of the two kings are just dancing around at each other. So, where's the furthest you've made? With any luck. Nope, no luck. But up those stairs is the furthest I've been. There's a camera, a security camera up there that I got to, and that's it. That's the furthest I've been in 9 hours, 10 hours of gameplay. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I've given up on many other hard, difficult challenges, but this is one I've come back to a couple times. And I'm like, I was gonna say, I didn't want to restart again. I was okay with it. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting, like, my MO has very much been I run into a difficult challenge and I find a way around it. But I've realized a little more recently that it's all maintenance. There's no there's no success. There's no goal to work your way around. Sometimes you just gotta do the thing. You just gotta grind your way at it until you reach the goal. New to VTubing? Unfortunately, no. And I say unfortunately because I had a other smaller pixel VTuber using a different piece of software that I used for a good 4 years that I recently upgraded over the summer. I upgraded to this model and have had more success actually having people stick around for streams and things. So, it's one of those things I should have done a long time ago. But, like I said, I'm learning... I've been learning things this year, for sure. That, sometimes you do have to actually just put in a little effort to make it like the thing people are expecting. And not just stick with a very specific style that... at least you can modify a style to appeal to a broader audience without losing the core there, but... Little Gnome. Oh, wait, that's the one thing I did do, is I added some more sound effects. There we go.
That's it? That little thing.
There we go. There's the pre-sequel has a cutscene at the end that I just, for some reason, I just think it's great, and I was like, we're just gonna get some sound bites from that, just for funsies. Instead of figuring out monetization, I got monetized on this channel, and I still have not set it up. But... And I also don't know that it would make, like, any money anyway. Please don't do all of that. Like, you're allowed to fall a little bit, but not this much. I want it up, not I wanted to get over it. Which is a up, not a sideways there. You goofy pot man. Well, and I suppose it does look like I'm new to VTubing with the fact that I don't have a lot of stuff. It's just the VTuber, but it's because I like the kind of cleaner look of just the VTuber and like a little bit of the chat and stuff. Maybe the stream avatars, but I do realize I should probably upgrade with some yeah. Thought you were gonna do that. Wow, that was almost better than I thought. But I probably should upgrade with some actual like overlays and stuff. I mean, I did that upgrade over the summer, and I was like, you know, I should this is the year of giving up. This is I've had a lot of hopes and dreams. Like, that's what I did last year. I was like, okay, this job is, like, I'm not super happy with the manager. We'll leave this job and try doing my own thing. And then I immediately got a kidney stone. I was like, okay, well, I need healthcare. We're going to go back to a job. And then they're like, yeah, okay, well, you need to do better and be better. So now I'm like, okay, well, I've resigned myself to my fate. That I'm going to be doing a long commute all the time, every day, for a job that I'm like, meh, I could take it or leave it. Although that's every single job I've had. I really wish one day that I could actually care about the job. But kidney stone cereal. What job? It's a Unity developer job, so it's using Unity, which I know. Although I say that, but they're using Unity as a wrapper for doing military simulation stuff, and it's just replicating electronic components. So it's a lot of, and that's like the whole thing. It's just doing digital replications of components. And not really using Unity all that much either, so. Did I get a comp sci degree? Yeah, kinda. I got a Bachelor of Innovation in Game Design and Development. Which, that was another thing that happened this year, is that it was my 10-year anniversary out of college. It was like, oh no! It's been 10 years since I was in college? Like, jeez. What have I accomplished? It's like, I've done some web development jobs that I didn't like, and then I did some Unity jobs that were a little better. But finding a job that's actually fulfilling would be absolutely wonderful. And the thing is, like, I know what I want to do. It's just getting people to pay me for doing game development would be fantastic. Or even streaming. Like, I've had a lot of fun with streaming. Going into comp sci, but everybody says you're going to be homeless. I mean, that's even my friends. They do retail stuff. Pretty much all Costco. And they're doing there's a couple of friends doing computer science degrees. So it's I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think you're going to be homeless off of a computer science degree. Like, that's kind of why I am, like, I make a fair amount of money even if I'm kind of miserable being away from, because I'm like, all of my friends and family are in a different state and I'm on a completely different time zone and stuff. But I make a fair amount of money doing random nonsense that I am not super enthused about. But that's what I was hoping to do, is say, okay, I've made a good amount of money. Now that I have some savings, I could go try to pursue my dreams. And then it was immediately like, and when I say immediately, it was literally like a month. It was like, okay, I left my job. When I do these planned vacations that I had to, like, go to PAX Unplugged. And then it was like 2 weeks later that it was like, you have a kidney stone. And it was like, oh, and I just said I could go without healthcare for a little while, right? It's like, no. And then because the US is dumb, healthcare is expensive no matter what you do. That's the thing, too, is I keep getting hospital bills and stuff where it's like, oh, you went and saw the urologist and got a urine test? That's going to be a couple $100 at least, if not more. And we're going to send it to you in, like, random installments of a couple weeks between things. So it's like, ugh. Yeah, it's definitely been somewhat of a reset year. It's just a bummer that it's happened on elections. That's 2016 was a reset year. This has kind of been a reset year. I'm really hoping that it's going to be a good reset here at the end, though. Like, yeah, 2016 into 2017 was kind of, that was a gradual, like, coming back out of the slow. Would you go up and not sideways, please? You're really scaring me with the, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is one of those tricksy things of, like, you feel like you know how to do it, so you do it faster. And then because you did it faster, you do it slightly different. And because you did it slightly different, you get an entirely different outcome. Whoop. But, well, and let's, so speaking of 2016 and reset year, let's hope it doesn't end the same way that 2016 did. Because 2016 ended with, hey, let's elect Donald Trump. Ideally, I don't want that again, but I don't know. It just when a guy says, I have concepts of a plan, and you're like, that's my president. Really? Because I'm like, I feel stupid a lot, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to worry about feeling stupid a lot. Like, can you advertise yourself here? Yeah. If you've got, if you're an artist that has links and stuff to, and I do have a Discord as well. If you find the right channel, you can post there as well. I'm fine with looking at stuff, but not looking to commission anything right now. Especially because this last month has been hectic, and I don't think I'm going to be able to stream anytime soon anywho. So, but that's the perfect time. You get an upgrade on a model, and then come back with a new model. I mean, yeah, I suppose I could, but I think I also need to come back with a plan. that's really the thing I haven't figured out, is a plan. I just kind of upgraded my model and said that's... They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Oh, no.
I'm like, that's also one of those things, too, where it's like... it's probably just because I'm vegetarian that I'm like, okay, no, animals are, like... all animals have all sorts of personalities and stuff, so you can have any animal as a pet. It's like, pigs are smart. Like, they're as smart as dogs, and yet it's like, oh, pigs, that's a meat food. You can have that as a meat food. But that was also like when I was eating meat too. It was like I've never found the like aversion to like bugs. You can't eat bugs. I'm like, but it's all meat. What is the... Or like the red meat versus white meat and stuff. It always confused me when it was like, it's Lent, it's time to give up meat, but we're gonna still eat fish. I'm like, what are fish made out of then? Always been confusing to me. But I guess what I'm insinuating there is that if I did eat meat, I would eat dog. But I don't eat meat because I don't want to eat cute little critters. But yeah, that kind of separation between these are food animals and these are not food animals is a little confusing to me. Well, that's the thing too, is that like I've even found that I like the veggie options and the like fake meat options as well. Because I was like, I really liked chicken, and then I found some fake chicken stuff that was like, okay, this is good enough that I'm happy. Gnomes are food animals. Depends on the region, I suppose. Depends, like, I guess. I don't think gnomes have been known to be eaten necessarily, but. Yeah, that's true, because it's like something like a goblin is sort of like a fodder animal, or animal, like a fodder creature in an RPG, but I don't know that they're, like, eaten. But yeah, I suppose gnomes are, like, cute and, kind of everywhere in... Yeah, I don't know how to latch onto that. The stairs are still completely baffling to me. I've done it once. I did it once and I freaked out and then realized that my microphone was not working well. I'm really hoping that it's not peeking out like it was last time. You're gonna boil me. Put me in a stew with... I mean, if it's with a bunch of veggies, that's better than with meat. For sure. Hold yourself by putting the hammer against the blue house. Oh. Yeah, it's because he says no. It's like he's priming that emotional reaction by making a sound when I don't think that's helpful, bud. I can... Why? It's like it's got a modicum of... It's got a very, very small degree of slope. It's a very, very small slope, and yet that's enough to say, we're launching into the stratosphere, off to the side. Okay, sure, whatever. Well, and this is a good time to go take a victory piss. I'll be back. Game, where you at? Gee, thanks. You just look at it funny. This game is the embodiment of you just look at it funny. You can get back over to the very, very first starting area, right? Because there's like, you gotta get over that hill. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I know, like, I've had a comment once or twice to say mess with the mouse sensitivity, but every time I do, getting used to it again is just like... I think I've heard that it's just too... Well, and it's... Because I know, like, first-person shooters and stuff, it's supposed to be that you get a really big mouse pad, and then you use your whole arm to shoot with, but... Probably doesn't help that the mouse pad I have has the, like, extra foam on it as, like, a, wrist pad. Why am I having an issue with this? I've done this many, many times before. It doesn't matter. That's part of the this year that it's like it doesn't matter how many times you've done a thing. It just matters that you're doing it now. Like there's no, I suppose that is like there's no past experience either. If there's no future goal and it's all maintenance, then that means there is no past experience. So, yeah, I was like, this is one of those scenarios where I'm like, that's where it feels like the mouse is probably a little too touchy. But if I do any less than that, yeah, okay, that's super hyperspeed, and then that's super slow. It's like that doesn't work. But if I do this slow, yeah, then it's hard. Then I gotta get my whole arm in there to get it all the way up and around. And that I'd rather just flick my wrist to have the character go flying. The only issue with that is that, yeah, this requires so much more muscle, and then I get tired and I can't play it for very long. When I'd rather just use my wrist and call it good that way. Yeah, I'm tensing up here. It may or may not be working, but no, I'm tense. I wanted to be chill. I wanted to just climb a mountain and be chill about it and not be tense about it. Let's see. Let's see, I was looking at apartments. Did I have anything more to say about looking at apartments? Oh, I learned about rent-controlled areas. And, like, that's where you can only make a certain amount of money. Or you have to, like... You have to make a minimum and you have to make be below a maximum. Because that was one area that I found that I liked just because of the stuff that was around it, where it's like, oh, you could walk to the convention center, you could walk to the organic food store across the street, and then they said, oh yeah, this is a, like, you make over the maximum in terms of money. So yeah, I think getting a computer science degree is definitely not a bad idea. Now, how lasting will that be? Don't know, but as Pirate Software says, it's like, well, you either learn a thing or you don't. But if you learned a thing, then you're more marketable. If you didn't learn a thing, then you're not. Whether or not the skill is still useful in the future. But okay, because it seems like I can almost whip that around that way. Okay, I don't want to wear out my arm. I'd rather wear out my wrist. Probably better to wear out my... I don't know. This seems to be working better. Which is where I'm like, okay, then do super hyper movement. Stupid sexy hiking. Man, after seeing a little bit of gameplay of sexy hiking too, it's like, that just looks way rough. That looks like... Because I've done a lot of Game Jam stuff, and I've seen a lot of Game Jam games. I've played a lot of Game Jam games, and it was like, that's kind of rough. That's like a rough Game Jam game. That's not a polished one. So it's kind of interesting that it was able to inspire getting over it was kind of funny. And then this game went on to sell like a butt ton. Has there been any news about their new... Because I remember watching that trailer of Baby Steps. Has Baby Steps had any news? Baby Steps game. Because I thought the trailer was really fun, and then I don't know that I've heard anything about this game since. Apparently it's still coming this year. It's like there's not a lot of year left there. So. And it didn't look like it had anything more, so. That's probably one of those ones that is delayed into the future. Oh yeah, if it comes out. Because yet again, I read another article that was like, there's been yet another layoff. Although this time they said it was Firewalk Studios, and it was like after the absolutely disastrous launch of Concord. That kind of made sense. Now, I was just watching a Topic Arlo video where he was saying, like, yeah, it also doesn't make sense to just axe the studio. Because it's like, it's a bunch of people who have just learned how to make a game. And then you say, oh, because your first game flopped, you don't get to make a second one. But it's only when you get to make a couple games that you actually get good enough to, like, get good at making games. Like, what they always say is, like, your first game is going to be bad. Your first game's going to be a flop. Now, do I think my first game is bad? I would say no, but that's also because it's a toy. It is a virtual toy where you just press buttons to move balls around the screen. So, because you can't win or lose, and you just kind of play with it as a visual toy, I think it works entirely fine. I've definitely made some bad games. I think there's a lot of my early games I do like a fair bit, actually. Like, it's ideas that I've come back to before. But there's definitely been some game jams, like the GMTK jam from like 2 years ago, I think, was that game. I was focused a little more on the art. I was like, okay, well, it's because I did a jam right before that, where I focused on the gameplay, and then got the placed pretty low on the art side of it, which I thought it was fine, but I guess chunky, awkward things done in Paint 3D is not the vibe that people like much. So then when I went and did that game jam, I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on the art, and then the gameplay entirely did suffer. Like trying to make kind of a one-dimensional tower defense, and then just didn't really get that implemented, or get the camera implemented well either. It was like, I think this was kind of a promising idea if I had like another day or two, but I tried to focus on the polish a little more. I know that's the last couple jams I've done, or not last couple, but did a jam with somebody else recently, and they were mentioning like, yeah, should probably have a template project to work off of, and I still have not set that up. Speaking of procrastinating, there's been a lot of like, just haven't had time for anything recently. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna have to figure out how to find time with a long commute and stuff too. Yeah, I'm really curious if I can, because I tried recording, just as a test, I tried recording something on my phone while I was driving. It wasn't too bad, but finding something to talk about for hours and hours and hours is hard to do sometimes. Better not tell you now. I don't know what that means. Did you try following me? Is that is that following me on Twitch? Cause no wait, it's Discord that's been doing the like, here's Halloween stuff, which has been it's taken a little bit to get used to. Like, oh, that's a different Discord notification sound. That's a different. Oh, 8-ball. I didn't see the 8-ball thing there. Okay, that makes sense. Yay! No boiling me in a cauldron. Maybe later. Actually, no, it didn't say maybe later. It just said sources say no. I guess you could, independent verification. Talk to some other sources. Do your own research. Wait, no. Yeah, I don't want to get boiled. Well, I've been doing hot showers recently, though, with the, since it's gotten a little colder. Well, and the other thing is that if I do a cold shower, or if I do a cool shower, it makes me sleepy. It's like they said, like, oh, going to bed is like you cool your body down. So yeah, a cool shower makes me sleepy. So I've been doing hot showers. I don't think I've gotten up to the like boiling sort of. I know there's some people that like the really hot showers. Just like I don't do much for hot tubs. Like I can't do hot tubs for very long either. Wow. It's funny that 8-ball has not said yes to any of these. It does not want me to get boiled or fried or put in a stew. I am not a potato. Yeah, I've even been eating less too. Just because of the long commutes and stuff, I'm just like, nope, no breakfast. Not happening. So, lost some weight there as well. Although I think I lost some weight down to like a better, healthier weight. But oh, deep fry. Okay. So not boiling, not frying, not sticking in a stew. But deep frying. Okay. Turn me into a cheese stick, I suppose. I do eat a lot of cheese, so I'm full of cheese. Yeah, that's the thing that keeps me from vegan, is cheese. I do love my cheese. I like honey as well, but I don't actually like eat a lot of honey. I'll eat yogurt. I do yogurt and granola. Which is funny, because I looked up like the sugar content. I got a tub of ice cream. That was an excuse. I got yogurt and granola, and I got ice cream. And the ice cream was less sugar. So... and I still keep going back to yogurt and granola. Ice cream is good, but it feels like it's a lot sometimes. Yogurt and granola is something I can eat more of, which is, you know, bad, because like I said, it's more sugar to do yogurt and granola than it is to do ice cream. And yet, that's what I do for dessert, is yogurt and granola. Although, speaking of desserts, and speaking of potatoes, I got some butterscotch chips, and the recipe on the back was like, here's a cookie recipe that calls for potato chips. And I'm like, what? Butterscotch and potato chips? That actually sounds pretty good. But also kind of weird. I hadn't heard of butterscotch and potato chips. I think that's the other problem with this game. I don't have a... Like, because it requires a lot of stamina, I don't have a long window of ability to play it. Like, it's one of those diminishing returns things. It's like, I could keep playing it, but it's not gonna get any better. I'm just going to fall further and further, which is, I think, impressive when there's really not that far to fall. When you're starting at the bottom, getting lower than the bottom is just impressive. Although, I suppose, that, like I was asking earlier, there is that starting area that I have not messed with. It's just... They made it just long enough for it to get stuck. It feels like you gotta, like, whip it around. But I ain't fast enough. I ain't good enough for that. Yeah. That ain't possible. Yeah, I haven't watched any, like, TV shows or anything in a long time either. Oh, I know there's a new episode of The Simpsons that I could go watch, but... Well, some of it is there's a couple of TV shows that... that I don't want to start the whole season, so I haven't watched it. Yeah, I've kept up with nearly all of the Marvel MCU stuff. And I say nearly because I know Agatha All Along came out, but I have not watched it. But they're getting a little... They're getting deep into the, like, the side characters and stuff, to the point of, like, I'm having a hard time carrying at this point. That was like Echo was... That took me forever to watch Echo. I was like, I haven't heard anything about this show. It doesn't look all that interesting to me. But then I was like, okay, I've watched everything else, and this is only 6 episodes. It's really not that much to get through. And yeah, it was kind of a bunch of nothing. I don't really remember it. It's kind of a bummer that I feel like they... I know there's always that, like, backlash. It's like, oh, this is, like, some woman-led film, and it's awful. But it's also... I think they put a lot of expectations on a sequel, and then they say, oh, okay, now the woman could lead the sequel. And it's like, that's just hard to start with. But it's something like, if you make you start a new story instead of trying to do a sequel with a whole bunch of extra. I don't know what I'm trying to say about Echo, but I think it's one of those things of like, it's cool that they had a disabled character. It's cool that they had Native American representation. But I think it was also like 6 episodes wasn't really enough for the character, and they didn't really explain any backstory or anything, and they just kind of... And because it was so deep on like, okay, well, this is after you've watched the whole MCU and you've watched the Hawkeye show, that now we'll explain some of this other stuff going on with Echo in this side series. Like, it's just a lot of expectations to then put on a 6-episode series that it's just... And it's exactly the same with Agatha. It's like, okay, well, they did the whole MCU. It's like Wanda and Vision, interesting characters. And then they said, okay, well, here's an entire TV show about them. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know that I need an entire TV show, but sure, I guess that's sort of interesting. And then they're like, oh, well, now we're going to do a spin-off of the character that was on the show. And it's like, you're getting too deep. Like, yeah, it's definitely homework shows. It's definitely getting less compelling and much more like, well, I've gotten this far, so might as well keep going. It's like, if it's only 6 episodes, that doesn't feel like a lot. But yeah, it's one of those, like, talking about Marvel is, like, if you watched up to Endgame, you're probably good. I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy, like, Spider-Man had a good, like, post-Endgame movie, and Guardians of the Galaxy with its series of movies was also good. But most of the rest of the MCU stuff is pretty missable. Although, how much of it is, like, out and out, like, outright bad? I don't know that there's a ton that's just, like, awful. But it's missable is definitely the word. Which, and I know stuff like Netflix, there is, like, there has been a push for second screen viewing and, like, you know, put this on in the background kind of content. But that's, you know, harder to recommend. It's harder to talk about because it's inherently, like, not supposed to be your main focus. And I do kind of like the content that's a little more, like, you know, saying something. I think there's a lot of those side story things for Marvel that are, like, it's the only thing it's really saying is there's also this new character. There's also a side story for this other character that, if you really want it, you can have it. But that's not really a message beyond here is more of the thing that you might like. And I think might is definitely the word there too. It's like, I don't know how many people were clamoring for, like, a spin-off specifically for Agatha Harkness. I think some of it comes from they want to show off, like, okay, we have witches in Marvel. But does that require, like, using this as spin-off character you already know? Or can it be something new entirely? But I think that's where they get scared. It's like something new entirely, that's a risk. We're trying to be risk averse to make the most money. But I think ironically, you make less. Well, I guess it's the two things. You either get on base consistently, which is, I know somebody did that Moneyball explanation of, like, you make a bunch of okay movies and you get okay revenue, or you try to do hit or miss and get, you know, you may hit a home run or you just hit a lot of stinkers. So but that's to say, like, there's a consistency to a movie release, and that's not true, because I think Marvel has kind of kept it fairly consistent. There we go. Marvel's kept it fairly consistent, but the revenue has not reflected that. Because people got kind of, especially like I said, I've watched all of it, and I've gotten a bit burnt out on it. It took me forever to watch Echo. It's taking me a while to watch Agatha All Along. And I've even seen one or two, like, headlines that say, Agatha All Along is doing some crazy stuff. And I'm like, well, I'll get around to it when I get around to it. Okay. I don't know why I'm going on about Marvel. It's probably just because I've spent a lot of time watching shows and movies and stuff off Marvel. Sort of the same with the Star Wars stuff, where it's like it wasn't super interesting, so it took me a while to watch the whatchamacallit, Andor, and to this point I haven't even watched like the Acolyte, which I think has been fairly mixed. I haven't read any reviews, but it's sort of the like headlines and stuff that I've gotten seem to be pretty mixed on the Acolyte. But I keep watching it because there's just a vibe to Star Wars. Like, the setting of Star Wars is one of those things that's fairly unmatched, despite many people trying. Okay. Do I have anything to say about... How did I just now notice that there's a person down in the corner there? I never noticed that there was a person in the house. Let's see, I mentioned books. Like I said, I started reading the Bible, in which I just got through the intro where they said there's a lot to the Bible and a lot to translate and a lot to the glossary, but I might eventually actually start reading the Bible. So I mentioned, would you sit down, please? I don't know why you just like, you gotta have like insane muscles to just sit there and hover using just the hammer and then just continue to do that. So something about use the side of the blue house. Hold yourself there by putting your hammer against the blue house. Well, I gotta get up there, though, right? It's once I get over to the stairs, then I can get up the... It sure seemed like I gotta fling myself off of there and then reach out and grab that, but... I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I did it once. And I've never been able to figure it out since. Actually, no. Technically, I've done it twice. I think I've reached the stairs. I think I've landed on... I might have landed on the stairs like 3 times, but I've only gone up the stairs once. Okay, but other media. I haven't watched anime in forever. The Crunchyroll... not Crunchyroll. Verve. There was that Verve thing that was like kind of a conglomeration of a few different things that disappeared. And when that disappeared, I kind of lost my connection to watching anime on a somewhat regular basis. Okay, we're going to do a nice reset and call it quits because it's 8:30. Has some good progress. I got up to the same spot that I've been stuck at a couple times and then reset a couple times. Yeah, consistency though. Consistency is key, and yeah, just gotta keep playing it. Okay, let's... Like I said, I should just go to bed, because it's 8:30. And I want to get to bed by 9. I don't know, I don't need to wake up super duper early. It's like I need to wake up early, but it's... The office doesn't even open. Until a certain point. And I'm like, if I try to leave any earlier, the office won't even be open. And I haven't gotten to stream. Although I might be back tomorrow, simply because of the fact that okay, yeah, they haven't even updated screenshots or anything. But because I've
Nate!
no, I don't like that, Steam. Get rid of the automatic playing the sound on the video. You can play the video if it's silent. The playing it with sound is just annoying. No, don't do a round of something in the UFO 50. It's a Betty Bye time there, bud. Betty Bye time. 106 minutes? That's not even 2 hours. And he was recommending the game to me off of like less than 2 hours? Interesting. Oh, did I put Getting Over It? I think I did. No, it's still on Blind Fire. Go ram it. It was supposed to be on Getting Over It with Ben and Foddy. For a chunk of that. Well, now I feel like I gotta play Getting Over It. No, I just did Getting Over It with... Do I listen to music? As in, like, listen to music on the stream? Or listen to music, in general? Because I do both, but you caught me in between things. I was heading to bed. And by that, I mean, No, I got worn out. My wrist is dead. Okay, I guess, reset, so... Oh, I guess hello, thank you for the message. I typically do game development and pixel art on Monday, Wednesdays, and then whatever random games on Fridays, but life has been hectic, so my stream schedule is just out the window at this point. And now, listen to the new Clario album. It's really good. I have heard of Clario. I think I've listened to some, but... Well, and I've been getting into listening to podcasts again recently. I'm like, I have 2 years of the Adventure Zone to catch up on. So that's gonna take me a while. Well, also still... Because there are a couple of podcasts that I still am listening to and have caught up on, but... But good to know the new Clario album is good. Yeah, the artist that I just found recently that I've been listening to is... And recently, as in like 2 days? 1 or 2 days? Yeah, this is Mr. Suicide... Wow. Mr. Suicide Sheep is the, not producer, the aggregator. The... What is the... I don't know what the term is necessarily. The... I guess just the place to find music. I like this stuff from Mr. Suicide Sheep from, like, it's been, like, probably a good 10 years or so that I've been listening to that. I haven't played the game, though. Speaking of games and speaking of Mr. Suicide Sheep, I have not played the Sheepy video game, which I should do at some point, but this is one of those, speaking of at some point, I was gonna finish Getting Over It, so this is me occasionally putting it on to try to finish it. But oh wait, so let's look up Clario again, because I don't remember exactly. That's indie music, essentially, right? That's... Do I know... Maybe not as familiar? I feel like I've heard that, like, seen the name somewhere. I feel like I know who this is. But maybe not. Charm just recently dropped. Okay, wait, so do I know any of these songs? Because I'm like, it seems like... I think it's a Charlie XCX and Clario, right? Is this that? Is there a song with them? Yes, okay. That's where I know Clario from. Is a Charlie XCX song. Oh man, now I want to listen to Boys. I've been busy thinking about Boys. Yeah, I remember listening to that song on repeat while playing Overwatch. It's like that's been quite a while. Yeah, okay. So maybe I have not listened to Clario. I've just heard this song. I just know this song. So I should look up. I was thinking about doing that, especially because I've been, like I said, once I get through podcasts, I kind of want to listen to go back through like musical artists and stuff too, because I'm like, there's a ton of people on SoundCloud that I follow that I'm like, I don't know if they like. I should check and see if they posted stuff. There are some artists on SoundCloud though that I'm like, I know I like their stuff, and I also know that they don't have anything new, which is frustrating. I'm like, like Skooksra, absolutely love that artist, and they just stopped making music, and it was like, oh man, like that is some of my favorite stuff, and yeah, that face right there is, no, that's something that's unrelated, isn't it? But still. Yeah, 5 years ago, they just dropped some kind of mix that they had lying around, but otherwise, I absolutely love this song. It's like one of my favorite songs, and it's just like, I keep wanting to say Sean Paul, and I don't think it's Sean Paul, it's somebody else. It's Sebastian Paul, there we go. Sebastian Paul. Yes. There's also somebody that dropped some absolutely banger music and then just disappeared. I think it says, hey, I'm going to come back when I get my album done, but I'm like, 4 years ago? Ay. Tell me if you can advertise. Yeah, I said it was okay. If you got a link or something, you're free to drop it. Or on Discord or whatnot. Okay. Again, I'm back to being distracted. I'm also like, 8:30 seems like such an early bedtime. And it's like, yeah, it is. But that's not when I'm going to bed. That's when I'm starting the process of going to bed. And that I'm actually going to bed at 9 o'clock. Because I'm like, it takes about 10 minutes to, brush your teeth. It takes about 5-10 minutes to put on pajamas and stuff. Which, that's closer to like 15 minutes than half an hour, but... I think I did want to just kind of have some progress. Instead of being fully reset next time I pull this up. Yeah, with my inconsistent Scream, there we go. Inconsistent Scream schedule. Getting the holiday spirit there. The Halloween spirit. But with my inconsistent stream schedule in the future. Probably some more getting over it with Bedded Body or something. I don't know. Because I do find this easier to just kind of put on as a game. Something like Dishonored, I feel like I have to sit down and have a session with Dishonored 2. But this is one of those ones that I could play it for however long, but... This has to be one of the coolest displays. Your little character running around on screen. Have you not seen the stream avatars? There's a fair amount of people that use stream avatars. I know. I think even like Pirate Software has his pile of ferrets. That's the chat. Although I think he calls his chat goblins, and yet he's got ferrets as the stream avatars. But yeah, it took me a while to make all those little Borderlands characters. There are still some ones that I haven't made that I want to do at some point. And I guess Borderlands 4 is... Okay, you haven't seen stream avatars? Then, I'm like, there's a fair amount of people that have them. Although it was like, yeah, it is a $15 plugin to do stream avatars, but... Yeah, that's one of those many projects that I started and never finished, is that, like, I started setting up the, I took my character generator that I have and started setting it up as a stream avatar thing and then never finished it, but I don't know if you can sell stream avatar stuff. Like, I know you can make a pack of characters for somebody to use. Like, that's where, like, Thor got the ferrets. But... Well, and if you're new to stream avatars, it's got all sorts of stuff you can play around with too. You can there's some people in my chat that, you know, had I been on a more consistent schedule, but that may or may not be here gambling away. It's got like roulette. It's got slots. So if you've got stream avatars points, and then oh, I guess oh, I should give you the freebie to you can get your allowance. I do an allowance of absolutely way too much money for everybody that shows up every day, but there you go. Now you have way too much money to spend on gambling. If you want to dig through the stream avatars settings and gamble. Yeah, because you can also look at the leaderboard for how much money people have. And then there was questions of like, well, how much money can I have? So I think there's a couple people that have like nearly 8 billion points. I completely destroyed whatever kind of economy was there. Yeah, I think I was doing basketball with Red Ox for a while. That's yeah, basketball's another mini game you can play with your chat. Which, again, one of the many projects I haven't finished is I made like most of hide and seek with you could play hide and seek with Twitch chat, and yet I didn't finish it because I didn't know how to hide the chat, and also because I had to redo the lobby. I'm hoping that stuff like this will be healthy exercises to say, instead of stopping and doing something else when you have a problem, you just continue to work through the problem. And say, okay, no, this is not going to stop until it gets done. Not just you stop when you're done. You stop when it's done. I mean, I guess you still have to figure out what it being done is, but... And like I said, I do have a stream schedule that's supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's just been thrown into chaos with life for probably most of November. But I'm really hoping by December, by my birthday on the 16th, that it'll be chill again. Yeah, and that'll be a whole day of streaming. I do my it's doing they have that floating holiday. I've been in a couple jobs that are like, yeah, you've got one holiday that you can use whenever. It's just kind of these weird like extra benefits, or I guess restriction to those benefits and stuff too, but I've been doing my birthday off as that floating holiday and then just stream all day. And I'm looking forward to it this year simply because of the fact that it's just been a year, man. It's been hectic. Yeah, because we haven't even finished the election, too. It's like, that's another big thing that's happening this year as well. Okay, I said I was gonna... And that's the problem, is I look at the number and I'm like, okay, it's not 9 o'clock yet. I don't have to go to bed. It's like, no. To get in bed by 9 o'clock, stop doing what you're doing at like 8:30, because somehow, inevitably, even if it only takes 10 to 15 minutes to brush your teeth and throw pajamas on, that somehow I'm gonna stop the stream and go, oh wait, let me check my email real quick. And then suddenly there's 15 minutes gone. There's half an hour gone. There's like way too much time gone, so. But it's just when I look at that 8, it's that anchoring thing of like, when you see $9.99, it's like, oh, that's $9. No, you goof. That's $10. Just because it's 1 cent off, just because it starts with a 9, does not mean that it is $9. Just because it is 8:30 does not mean it is 8 o'clock. Once it gets past 8:30, it is closer to 9 o'clock than 8 o'clock. And somehow, despite the fact that I'm over 30 years old, I still have not put that together. Wow, I've not done that bad on this in quite a while. Speaking of stopping and going to bed, do the thing where you go to bed and sleep and stuff. It's so hard to stop having fun. It's so hard to stop thriving and go back to surviving. To go from I'm happy to I have to do sleep to survive. It's just difficult. It's just so weird. Well, I don't know if it's there's I know there's like a phenomenon. It's like you're stealing from today, or you're stealing from tomorrow to just have fun right now today. Okay, my arm's getting worn out. The character's in a better spot than they were at, and it is 8:45, so at least I actually streamed of actually like getting over it instead of what I said was blind fire. Although I did try blind fire, and I liked blind fire a lot too, actually. Although that is a very small beta. Like that, they need a lot more game, I feel like. Or at least if they were gonna just shadow drop it, I think they needed a lot more game. So. So, is there... So what's the roadmap? As in, like, they have an end date and a November. A new gun. This was new? A pistol and a shotgun? Or is this just the fact that they started the thing? Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. A new weapon, Devolver. Devolver Digital? Like the publisher? That seems a little odd. Oh, Revolver. But they're calling it a Devolver, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think some of this stuff kind of needed to be in this beta, but... Like I said, I think the combination of shadow dropping and doing a beta was not the way to go. I think doing a beta it's for a small shooter like this. I think that's a great way to go. But shadow dropping it, I don't think was the Rust. RimWorld. Oh. No, wait. Rust is. This is somebody doing ports and other. Wait, so this was a company doing. No, I'm just very distracted. Okay, and that's. This is where I was saying it's gonna take me half an hour to go to bed because I'm very distracted by stuff. Okay, but it is 8:45. It is time for me to go to bed so I can get to bed by 9 o'clock so I can get up early so I can keep doing job and stuff. I will be back tomorrow maybe because I won't be back on Friday like I usually am. But hopefully, just because I can't get any streams in until... Because, yeah, Friday I can't do it, Monday I can't do it, which are my usual days. So I think it'll be Thursday and Tuesday. I'll be back with something. This is just kind of random games. I don't know if I want to do Dishonored or not, or actually do game... See, I don't want to do game development, because then it's like, well, I can't... Oh, shoot! I know, I do want to do game development. I lied. I have a thing I gotta do. Nope, that's... Nope. I need to update. I need to update stuff. I said I was going to update it, and then I completely forgot. So, because I'm working with a friend on a project, let's update that before I go to bed. Stunt Planet, this is the one that is... Yeah, okay, this is the one that I smashed our stuff together, but I did not update the smashed together stuff. Okay, do I listen to music? And I can't listen to the thing without Twitch yelling at me. So we're gonna do this. This is what I've been listening to, so we're gonna just continue to do so. Okay, hopefully this does not take me long to figure out, because I need to be going to bed, not messing with this. But I said I was gonna do this, and it's like... should be easy to do. I still haven't done it. And then you're gonna take forever to load, and then I get distracted by something else entirely. Okay, I thought I turned it down. No, I didn't. Okay, because I also gotta remember how to do this universal control thing too. Okay, wait, 400 items? Doesn't seem like it should be that many. Oh, spline stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna check in whatever I have. Sure, why not? This is all the spline stuff that I need to be adding. Okay, so that's the only problem is that I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, so this is not related. Okay, let's go back to, yeah, I was gonna say gravity test is... There's a different way to look at the whatchamacallit. Okay, yeah. It needs to be tuned down. See, that's the funny thing, is I go off of a ramp and I'm immediately trying to hit the buttons to do, like, sweet tricks and stuff. It's like, that's good that I feel like that. Okay, there should be other branches, though. There should be other things I can look at and see here, but I'm not seeing... Yeah, because when it just says this, I'm like, that doesn't seem right. That I'm just dumping a bunch of files on a bunch of nothing here. No, it's not invite members. It's branch stuff, branches, branch explorer. Yeah, dadgummit, I was all going to bed. I was going to bed at the exact right time, and now here I am goofing it. That's the right cloud thing, right? Why is there a new main? This looks like I just not reset everything, but... Okay, hoverboard test, hoverboard trick, and score test. So... How do I merge this in, then? Okay, why do I see these branches? And yet I don't see... Okay, not pending changes. Okay, I think I'm always getting that, like... No, that's the stuff it says checked in. Shell undo. Then this says this is main. What kind of main branch is this? Main branch with the stuff he's done. Each time you check in, you create a new change set. Okay. How do I merge it into the other main change set then? Merge from this change set. What? Okay, why do you list this as main? And a couple branches here, but then I have this own separate thing here. Use the context menu. Right click for branches and change sets and even merge links. Merge from this change set. Okay, wait. So then do this and say merge from this branch. Aha. There we go. Push pull. So can I do push to this branch? I guess this because that's the only thing there. Okay, do this one. Replicate a branch from to another repository. What do you mean replicate a branch? Is that pushing the code? Push, pull, push to this branch. Oh, push this branch. Pull remote branch. Pull this branch. Okay, pull the branch then. Pull the remote branch? I guess it's remote. Okay, that's not a remote branch then. Pull this branch. The source server? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I had to pick a server, so I want to pull from that server. want to push my branch that I have. Push. Okay, but if I do this. Okay. Don't want to shelve anything. Where did I push this? You're saying I pushed a bunch of stuff on branch main, and it just because it said main, that I was like, okay, that's the right branch then. Yeah, I want to put it on main. But this looks like a different main than the main that's over here. I want to push it on this main. So can I... Okay, so how about we go here and say switch to this branch. Switch workspace to this branch. Yes. This looks like it's still the stuff that I was messing with. Meaning you didn't update, meaning... Where is it? Okay, now there is in fact the ramp stuff. Okay, so then pending changes. I would feel much more comfortable about this if it had my change on this list here. Or this list of branches. Okay, hoverboard bottom. Hoverboard prefab. That looks like, okay, Dream Tech Spline stuff. That's all the stuff that I dumped in there. Okay, wait, there was a prefab for Planet Basic. What was the one that's doing the... Okay, actually, can I look at the bottom of the hoverboard? Hoverboard bottom material. So can I look at that here and see if there is in fact a... Okay, this seems to have fonts and stuff too, so hoverboard bottom material. Hoverboard texture. Okay, maybe it is in here. So I was a little... Ready for nothing? Okay, so... It's not the button I wanted. Next to it. Branch expand. Why does it say that there's multiple branches here, but then this does not show those multiple branches? Oh, last month. Nobody's done anything in the last month, the last 3 months. There we go. Okay, so this is the... stuff that is not in here yet. Whatever. Okay, hopefully that's... I'm just gonna hope that that's good. Because it's 9 o'clock and it looks like it's okay, so... Okay, whatever. Good enough. Time for bed. Goodbye. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe, kind of, sort of, hopefully. And then Tuesday, because all the things have been messed up, but bye. Good night. Good luck. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.